Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beer Geek Nation. I'm your host, Chris. Thanks for joining me once again. This is a collaboration between Allagash Brewing, which I haven't reviewed one of their beers yet, and New Belgium, which I have. I've reviewed their Fat Tire Ale. This is their American Wild Ale. It's a Belgian-style ale brewed with endive and hibiscus, and then they fermented it with Lactobacillus, which is kind of a souring agent, and Brettanomyces, which is kind of a funk kind of agent. Both wild yeast. Comes in at 8.5% alcohol by volume in 22-ounce bottles. This is part of the Lips of Faith series. It was brewed by New Belgium Beer, so if you can get these beers, you will be able to get this one. Let me get into a glass, let you know how it smells, tastes, and give you the verdict on a beer. I hope I'm pronouncing correct, which means friends in Flemish, Vrienden. Alright, so the appearance on the Vrienden. It's a really nice dark orange, verging on red. There was a nice two-finger. It's an off-white, slightly white head. Really tight, small bubbles. A little bit of alcohol lacing, 8.5%. You would expect that. Nice carbonation coming out the bottom of the glass. You know, it's just it's kind of a weird beer. I don't know how to classify, but it's a good-looking beer. Not exceptional, good. Alright, the aroma on the Vrienden. Oh, there it is. Wow. It smells like apple vinegar mixed with a barnyard mixed with kind of smelly feet, if that makes any sense at all. And it smells actually pretty good. Yeah, the big one coming through is the Lactobacillus. That gives it that apple vinegar kind of smell in there. And the Brett is like, hey, wait, I'm here too. I'm getting, yeah, that big funky notes, those farmhouse notes, those wet hay, wet barnyard kind of smelly cheese kind of feet smell in there. In a good way, I promise. Blends really nicely. I've never had a beer with both in there, but it blends really nicely. There's some breadiness in there. There's a little bit of spiciness in there. It's a pretty hardcore smelling beer. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, the taste on the Vrienden. But it has that apple vinegar, apple cider kind of taste to it. This one blends it nicely with a little bit of hop bitterness in there. There's some caramel malt, some toffee notes kind of coming through. Definitely some funkiness in the aftertaste, and that's going to be from the Brett in this one. Yeah, it's a strange beer. Definitely a collaboration. You can definitely kind of see both sides of the story on this one. The alcohol kind of brings it together and makes a really nice blend. It's not a beer you could drink a lot of. Definitely a sipper, but it's a pretty good tasting beer. So the final verdict on the Allagash / New Belgium collaboration beer Vrienden from their Lips of Faith series, New Belgium's Lips of Faith series. Coming at 8.5%, available now where Lips of Faith beers are available to you. I'm going to give this one a B. You know, it's kind of just a middle of the road as far as a wild ale goes, and a middle of the road as far as like a Flemish beer goes. You definitely get characteristics from each. I love the funkiness from the Brett. I love the kind of the acetic notes, the apple vinegar kind of notes from the Lactobacillus in there. And that's about it. I mean, there's not a big... It doesn't clean your palate. The carbonation in those beers should tend to clean your palate, so you get some of the sourness. There's not a whole lot of sourness in this. There's not a whole lot of malt to it. There's not a lot of mouthfeel to it. You know, over age, would it kind of improve and change? Definitely because of that Brett. But I think it's just a really good kind of entry-level Belgian wild ale or American wild ale. Definitely, if you've never had one, this is a great place to start for that. But with that said, I gotta give it a B. It's just not where I thought it was going to be. So with that said, guys, remember life's too short. Drink amazing Belgian beers, American Belgian beers, whatever you can get your hands on. Expand your palate. Cheers, guys.